what's going on, Marianas? Hoffaday, and welcome to another segment of Saipan Supplemental Gardening, where we share what we know and what we do to help you with your gardening adventure. So, in today's episode, we're going to be giving you part 2 of the Kangkung project. Alright, so back on May 20th, we planted 2 trays of Kangkung, and these trays were filled with just regular potting soil. And I'm sorry, was it potting soil or just? Oh no, this was just regular soil from like the back, you know, whatever soil we could find. And we planted Kangkung seeds on May 20th. On May 23rd, I posted an update video of them sprouting on my Facebook page, and then on May 27th, I showed the comparison between May 23rd and May 27th, the growth. And here we are today, June 7th. A total of, how many days is it from May 20 to June 7th? So it's been about 18 days since we planted from seed, and now it's time for harvest. And again, for the most part, people look at it and they're like, oh, you're gonna harvest everything at one time. The idea to this project was having people grow kangkung in your backyard in very small containers. It wasn't meant for a big harvest every time or a single meal upon harvest. The goal was to have the kangkung that you produce supplement your meals. We spoke about how you can stir fry them with other foods, tuna, you know, whatever it is that you like to cook it with, and how it would reproduce all over again. So I'm going to show you guys what it would look like harvesting one of these containers, and then we're going to talk about how the kangkung is going to be growing back. So you're going to need a pair of scissors and a container. As you harvest, I'm going to start from this end and work my way there so you'll be able to see. I'm cutting off right now, and you're probably wondering, oh, he's just cutting wherever, and there's a little method to this. And the reason is because harvesting the kangkung, you want to get all the succulent parts that you guys can eat. The bottom part is real tough. It's going to be real hard to chew through these because they're not as tender. So you want to take the top part. However, you still need to remove this bottom part in order for the plant to come again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and harvest all of this, and then I'll bring you in for a closer look at it so that you get an idea of what I'm talking about. And again, just a sharp pair of scissors. It's preferred that you cut them off versus just yanking them off with your finger or breaking them off with, you know, your fingernails. It gives it a clean cut, and it allows the plant faster time to recover versus, you know, just breaking it and twisting it off. You're causing a lot of damage. So again, real simple, just a quick cut through. And again, you have some parts that are real thick, you have some parts that are real thin. So in this case right here, you have one that's as lush as that right next to something as small as that. The reason for this is because it wasn't getting enough sunlight. This grew first and took over all the sunlight. This grew in the shade. However, now that they're trimmed, both stems will be producing at the same time. So you get a lusher second cutting in a few weeks. And again, it only took 18 days to get this to where it's at. So in another 18 days, you're looking, oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. No, you're not looking at another 18 days. In another 7 to 10 days, you're looking at another cutting. Okay, so yes, it's a lot faster once it's already grown. They produce constantly. And again, from these plantings, you'll be able to get at least 4 to 5 cuttings or harvests just from this one planting. Alright, we're almost done. So as you can see, you want to go down towards the end where there's no leaves, it's just stem. Cut that off right there. Alright, so go ahead and finish harvesting all of this, and then I'll explain where these shoots are going to be coming from. Alright, so for the most part, that's a full harvest. Okay, that's a big handful. This is a lot more than what you buy in the store in those little bundles. In fact, I'm assuming if you wrap these two up, those are 2 bundles. Each bundle is what, about $1 in the store? So I have about $2 worth of Kangkung this time. In 1 week, I'm gonna have another 2, maybe more, even more. All right, so this is gonna get washed up, diced up, and stir fried with garlic and sesame oil and a little bit of butter because I like it. But here's the important part. Now we've come to the plant. Here you're going to be seeing, again, this is one that I just missed, so you can actually just cut that off so that you can go ahead and start. So what you have here is, this is the stems where we cut off. Down here are the seed leaves, all right, that came out. New shoots will be coming out from in between every single seed leaf, as well as from the bottom part of the root. So within another week, and again, not 18 days, this is already established. There's a root system that's forcing the plant to regrow. And within about 7 to 10 days, you're gonna have a container that looks like this. And this took 18 days. So why did I have 2 containers? Very simple. This harvest is for tonight's dinner. This harvest may be tomorrow's dinner, day after tomorrow. I mean, you don't want to be eating kangkung every single day. So you base when you want to harvest what you need to harvest. And when you harvest this should be coming back into growth. So you always have a continuous cycle where you can harvest at least twice a week. Twice a week for the next month and a half. That's a lot of kangkung. You know, if you're going to be getting two bundles of kangkung at $1 a piece, so it's $2 every meal. And you're going to have about, I'd say, 2 meals a week, maybe 3, or let's say 2 meals a week at about 6 weeks. You're looking at about 12 harvests times $2, $24 worth of kangkung that you just grew on your own. So again, it's not a very difficult plant to work with. Another thing you could do is, I know some people have been trying this out, where they'll take the stem, all right, they'll take the individual kangkung and they'll just go ahead and stick that down into the soil about that deep, and they'll take off some of the leaves, and then it'll continue to grow. That will work. It will grow and it will take off. However, you're gonna notice that it won't produce as much as you would if you grew it from seed. The reason being is because this doesn't have an established root system. It's going to have to establish a root system, and that takes a while. And because there's already large leaves that are requiring nutrients from the roots, the stem is going to take so much time to produce roots, and when you harvest it, the growth, the comeback growth, is not going to be as prolific as it would be if it was planted from seed. So again, you can do it. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, if you're only going to eat the tips and the leaves, you could take just the stem and plant this, and it will shoot. It will produce new shoots. It's just not going to be as healthy or as lively as it would have been if it was from seed. So there's many different ways that you can grow the kangkung. It's all up to you and what you choose to do. Again, with one tray, as you saw, I had 2 bundles worth of kangkung in one harvest from one tray. I have 2. So this will be maybe Monday night, Tuesday night's harvest, and by that time we will start seeing a whole new set of growth coming back here. I missed one. So it's not a hard plant to grow. It is a hard seed to find nowadays. I just went to Ace Hardware, and I've been over to I believe Himawari. They also had a bunch of seeds there at one point, but I haven't found any on island right now. And I know based on our Facebook discussions, a lot of people are still looking. So I'm hoping that Ace Hardware will be bringing in their kangkung seeds soon. It is a Japanese brand that they bring in, but again, it produces really well. It's not as thick right now, as you guys probably noticed. The leaves are like, why are the leaves so thin? This is the very first growth. The new shoots that come out will have a little bit more wider leaves. They'll be a little bit more shorter, but they'll be a lot more thicker. So again, all you got to do is just keep watering it. Make sure that it has sufficient water. And remember, the more it grows, the more water it's going to consume. So if you used to water it once a day, once you start seeing growth like this, you're going to need to be watering this twice a day, just to ensure that you get really healthy stems, really healthy leaves. After your 5th harvest, I would say you're gonna notice that the kangkung is really struggling. It's not gonna produce as well anymore, and that's the time where you want to switch it out and start all over again. And again, if it only takes 18 days, the system you could probably do at home is have 4 of these. These are only $1.95 over at I Love Saipan pop-up store in Middle Road. And if you had 4 of these, then you'd have a consistent harvest back to back. And when it gets time to replace them, you could start by replacing 1. And then after you harvest the next one, replace that. So you're having a succession of plants being replaced at any given time. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was helpful, and please remember, like and subscribe to our videos or on our video channel here at Saipan Supplemental Gardening. It will really help increase our viewership. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about what you see here today, please feel free to ask. You can leave comments below in our comment section, or you could even email us at angelshomegarden@gmail.com. That address will also be left in the comments below. All right. So again, stay safe, take care, and be good, Marianas. Till next time. See you again.